Good evening, and welcome to our YouTube channel, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. Tonight we have Episode 7 of Mister Corbitt, with yours truly as the Game Master. Our recap tonight will be delivered by Jeff Wilkins. And just in case we're having some technical difficulties and I might blank out a few times, I'll be back. Jeff.
Sure. Everybody hears me, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Our last episode really ramped things up. We find Francis, Robert, and Clifford starting things off in the library. Francis is searching for information about Corbitt's golden statue that he saw in the greenhouse, while Robert and Clifford are focused more on trying to identify the strange purple flowers. None of us had much luck in finding any specific helpful information, but there was suggestion of man-eating plants. More time was spent, and Francis discovers that the idol looks similar to a Hindu god called Yama, the god of death. Sebastian and Lenora start off breaking into Dr. Gregory Hall's house in search of some evidence of opiate drug use, but nothing was found. They head back to Lenora's house to look in her private library for more information on opiates in general, but again, not a lot of new information was learned. They then decide to head back to Miskatonic University, along with Lenora's sister, Sissy, to speak with the chemist Neil Turner. The chemist is still not able to give us new information regarding the amber liquid sample or Corbitt's books. After a long day, most of the investigators head home for the night, while Lenora and Sebastian stop off at Corbitt's house to return his books to him. During this encounter, they see that Corbitt has a secret door under the stairs. Presumably, this leads to the basement. We also learn that Corbitt is leaving town for a day and that he is dropping off his house keys to Robert later that evening. The next day, Thursday morning, they see Corbitt leave his house, and the gang seizes on the opportunity to explore Corbitt's house again. They start with the upstairs. They find Corbitt's study, and after some searching, they find a series of books and 14 volumes of his personal journals. In these journals, we learn a lot of new information, some of which is quite disturbing. I'll try to hit all the main points as like just bullet points here. Corbitt is a worshipper of Ramasekfa. Ramasekfa killed Corbitt's father by decapitating him. Ramasekfa tasks Corbitt in building a bridge between worlds. There is a possible link to Yog-Sothoth. Corbitt marries his wife on March 9th, 1910. Ramasekfa impregnates his wife without her knowing. Corbitt's wife, Lynn, gives birth to twins. One is stillborn. Corbitt is tasked with raising the other child as his own. Corbitt hides this child in his basement, and it is also limbless. A period of 10 years is given for the child to grow. Tomaszowski is Corbitt's partner and supplies Corbitt with body parts. Corbitt supplies Tomaszowski a drug of his own making in return for the body parts. The child is called Man Bagari. Corbitt's day trip to New York is intended for gathering more body parts. And that's pretty much it, yep.
Wonderful. So you guys are still upstairs, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Getting ready to descend. I'd like you to do a listen roll.
Everybody?
Yeah, you're just about at the top of the stairs, getting ready to go down.
I make my listen.
I don't.
I make mine.
Did any of you make it really well, or
I got 17.
you got what?
17.
Oh, that's really good.
I made it by 9, so.
So you just made it. Okay, as you're getting ready to go down the stairs, Sebastian hears something thump, but it's over your head.
Is it a lot? So it's like a quiet thump?
It sounds like a footstep. Bump.
Did you hear that?
I
look
heard
up.
something,
Okay.
but I don't know what it was.
I look up.
Where you're standing when you look up is the access to the attic. like in a lot of old houses, it's like a trap door that you pull down, and there's a ladder.
Yes. Is something up there?
We could check it out if you want.
Does anybody have a flashlight?
Or a firearm?
I believe you have a firearm. You came armed.
All right, I do have my shotgun. It's like, I don't trust Corbitt. Whatever he's got in his basement, whatever might be up there might be dangerous.
All right, well, let's check it out.
All right.
You go first, though.
So we don't,
Okay,
we
so
don't have
you're-
any means of light, but Sebastian is armed with a shotgun.
Okay. What are you guys going to do?
Clearly, something's up there. Or might be
Now-
up there.
Now, there's a little string hanging down. That's how you would pull the ladder down if you wanted to do it. It opens up, like this, and there's a ladder that slides down.
Go for it, Sebastian.
It's probably the same in all of your houses.
Yes. Well, very well. And do we have a flashlight? Is the question.
Unless maybe Corbitt has one down in the kitchen or something.
It is the middle of the day, so
That's why I don't think we have a flashlight. It's like, maybe
Well-
I think I might have one in my car from the last adventure at Tomaszowski's.
Okay.
okay.
So,
If you want to grab it,
yeah.
grab it.
Give me a sec. So I kind of go out, climb down, and get the flashlight,
Okay.
and basically, come back up. All right, got my flashlight. So all right, so I guess we pull down the attic thing.
Okay. All right. It comes down. It makes a squeaky noise, and you can see up into there. There's boxes and things up in the attic, but you'd have to climb the ladder.
Well,
Is there a light
You
switch
wanna-
down here?
That's about now you realize there is actually a light switch. It's up high on the wall near the ceiling, but yeah.
Okay, I'll flip the switch.
All right. You can see that a light comes on up in the attic.
Well, that was a
well,
pointless
if
trip.
no one wants to go up first, I might as well go up first then.
Very well. Be careful. We don't know what's up there.
You're very brave for doing so.
Well, let's see what's up there.
All right.
Did you hear that, Sebastian?
What?
Did you hear that, Sebastian?
I didn't hear what.
Lenore says that Francis is very brave.
Well, the French are often known for their bravery.
Are they?
Hey, World War II hasn't happened yet, so so this joke is ironic.
Okay, so Francis is going up, and is anybody else going up?
I think I'll follow after him, though. Yeah.
Okay. Sebastian, you're going up. Anybody else?
I'll follow up after the two men.
All right. How about the rest of you?
I'll go up last.
I'll go up too.
Okay. All right. So you go up there. There are lots of boxes, and there's just one light bulb that dimly lights everything. You don't see anything, and it's, once again, Corbitt must be a crazy cleaner, because it's pretty neat and clean up here. It's not dirty or dusty or anything. Most of the boxes are cardboard, brown, nondescript. Some of them have things written on them like Christmas. What would you guys like to do?
Actually, I'd like to search for what would have made some sort of thumping.
Right. I'd like to do the same. Like perhaps roll a spot hidden to see anything.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see if I'll do this. Yeah, I want to do a spot hidden. I'm up there first. I want to see if I can see anything up there. And I do not see anything.
Neither do I.
I'm roll. Oh, okay, so I have to roll. Spot hidden. No, I make it. By 1. Yes.
All right. So you're looking around. Who passed the spot hidden?
Sebastian.
I did.
All right. You're looking around, and you're. Are you moving boxes, or are you doing anything like that?
I think so. I'm kind of just like walking around, looking around me, pushing aside, So yeah, I
Okay.
guess.
Some of the boxes are heavy, some of them are light. You get over to one spot and you start to move a box, and something happens. What happens is something behind the boxes leaps into the room and heads for, it just as quick as lightning, heads for the stairs going down past all of you. You don't really see what it is, but it scares the shit out of you, and you think it's like a cat or something. So you can all roll for sanity.
All right. Shoot it. I passed 24. Nice.
I passed as well.
I failed, actually.
Jesus, I got a really, really good roll.
If you fail, do 1 to 4, because you guys are all really shitty scared, and this thing has made you all at least scream. Even if you passed, you screamed.
Sorry, 1d4, Tom?
Yeah. If you failed.
Oh, I lost 4.
Oh boy.
Jesus. He takes out his gun and starts shooting.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. That's insanity. But anyways, it was bigger than a cat, and it was weirder looking than a cat. It had long black hair or something, and you just didn't get a good enough look at it in the light that's up there. But it scared the crap out of you. Now you can hear it moving through the house. You hear thump, 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 slam, thump, slam, slam.
What the bloody hell was that thing? Oh, sorry, wrong.
Oh, what did the fuck did we do?
Good lord. Tom, I look over where that thing popped out of from. Is there anything that was, there?
No, just it was hiding behind a box.
Christ. It's like, you think that was the thing that Corbitt had in the basement? Could that thing have gone loose?
I don't know.
Snap out of it, Frenchie. This is serious.
I didn't get a good look at it, but from the journals, it made it sound like it was a child, whereas this had like long black hair. So
Then what the bloody hell was that?
Well, it's downstairs now.
Should we go?
it could just be simple, like Corbitt's property backs up to the woods, so maybe it's just a raccoon or something.
It's running through the house, thumping, and it didn't. See, and how would it? Is like any windows here, like in the attic?
No, there's no windows in the attic.
Okay, and we don't see any like noticeable break-ins or holes to the outside, do we?
Well, that's harder to tell. There's places where the eaves attached to the house that, things do get in people's attics. There's creepy crawly ways.
Yes, but it was scared of us. Did you see? It did not look natural.
I don't know if it was scared of us or if it just wanted out of this particular room.
You keep thinking about what you saw, and it almost had to have freaking antlers, but they were kind of pink antlers. It was weird. It was really freaking weird. It was
like a baby goat or something.
Like
what? Or was it that?
Like nothing you've ever seen before.
Jesus. Let's head out. Maybe we can catch it or something.
Okay, let's go back down.
All right. All right. So you go down the stairs. Well, first of all, you climb down the ladder.
Yeah.
You're at the top of the stairs, going back down to the first level. Is that what you're going to do? Go back down to the first level?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Or, yeah.
All right. So you head back down to the first level, and you are between the. You're back in the front room. What would you like to do?
Any sign of this creature?
Yeah, I'm trying to listen. Like, can I listen again and see like where is he, or where can I hear the thumping?
You don't see anything. You don't hear anything anymore. Do a spot hidden.
Alrighty. Do, and 15. Awesome. I'm on fire tonight.
I made it as well.
Ooh, 17.
You notice that the panel on the side of the stairs is cracked open just a little bit.
Okay. I guess this is our next destination, gentlemen.
Indeed.
Can I search in Corbitt's kitchen to see if I can find an extra flashlight?
Sure.
Grab one of those kitchen knives.
That's what I'll do. That's what Lenora does. She'll grab a kitchen knife, like a butcher knife or something.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll grab a steak knife.
Get the.
Do I need to roll for that, Tom, for the flashlight? You want me to do a luck roll, maybe?
No, we'll say you find one in it. There's a utility drawer.
Yeah.
Actually, instead of grabbing a kitchen knife, I'll go to his display case and grab that little dagger.
Cool.
Dagger.
Okay. The Purba.
Yeah.
Fanciful weapon. Seems.
Of course, you can see right away that it's not sharp.
It just makes me feel better.
Okay.
Perhaps.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So, let's see. You guys are now going to head down the steps towards the basement, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
Dun, dun, dun.
There is a light switch, by the way. So you flip that on. The stairs go down like you'd expect, but there's a landing at the bottom. And at the landing, the stairs continue down further, both to the left and to the right. Let me pull up floor plan. Since my sound hasn't cut out, I'm starting to guess that it was my other set of headphones.
It might have been. I mean, how long have you had them? How long
I've had them a while, but
yeah.
I didn't think they were that old. All right, so there's you were where it says up. That's where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And as you get down to the bottom, you see that the stairs go in either the left or the right direction.
Yes.
And that there's a door at the end of each.
Do we see any of the doors like slightly ajar?
No, they're closed.
Yeah. Any signs of all that, like scratches or anything?
Oh wait, did we lose Corey?
Oh crap, we did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's see where Corey is.
He charges in to the right, blindly.
Hold on, before you charge in anywhere.
It's Corey who's charging, not me.
Corey and William.
Oh, he didn't get the link. Hold on.
Yes.
Actually, before we even go through these doors, I want to look up, like directly above my head.
Yeah, that might be good. This thing might be climbing. And keep an eye out for that thing that Corbitt says is in here.
What do you guys? How do you think we should react? I mean, are we gonna just shoot it on sight, or are we gonna
Well,
proceed cautiously, or?
I think we need to proceed cautiously.
Okay.
Clearly, we're dealing with something we don't know what. We don't know what. It could be a monster, it could be a child, it could be God knows what.
Right.
Okay, I sent it to Corey.
Yes. Yes.
Well,
Sad to
folks,
say.
we are sorry to say that we are having all kinds of technical difficulties
Yes.
on the last episode.
Yes. And we are blaming you, the viewer. Oh,
Here
Corey's
he
back.
comes. There he
No, we're not.
I mean, it was sad that Corey had to get decapitated like that, but I think it's because of Corey's character sacrifice that we finally were able to finish this.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, we're screwing with you. All right. So you've reached the landing, and you can go either to the left or to the right.
Before we go through the door, I'm going to look directly up to see if there's anything on this sort of ceiling.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
Except there's a light bulb.
Yeah, I want to do another listen, kind of like listening to if there's any noise like coming from either side.
You don't think you hear anything. Oh, go ahead and do your listen roll.
Sure. Dupe and rolling. 68. I passed that one.
Okay, you don't hear anything.
All right. Okay, so gentlemen, ladies, or lady, where shall we go, right or left?
Well, I know that in the Bible, the left hand is often reserved for wicked and evil things, so...
Let's go with the right. Yes, very well.
Right?
Right.
Is that the consensus?
Yeah.
Sure.
Francis, do you have your firearm?
Yeah, I have my firearm on me.
I would suggest drawing it, because I don't know what's down here or whatever that thing is, but if we're going to get attacked, I think it would be best we are all armed and prepared.
Does everybody else have a gun on them, or is this me and you there?
Well, what was it? Gregory had a firearm in his house. Perhaps one of us would like to go back and get it?
I thought you already pocketed that.
Oh, did I? Oh, yeah, I must have.
No, you actually, I just listened to it. You picked it up, but then you put it back.
Oh, okay. So, if you want, I can quickly go over there and get it.
Really? You're like at the front door. You're at the door, and you're going to go back and get it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, I think that you have a gun, and Francis has a gun. That should be enough. And I have this trusty little knife here.
Yes, and Robert, you picked up a nice butcher hatchet or something, yes?
Steak knife.
Steak knife. Yes.
And I'm good with my fists.
Yeah, you should have gotten your fireman's axe. The fireman's axe Corbitt keeps right above the mantle.
All right, so the right door.
Yes.
The right door, it's not locked. The right door opens, and it's got a number of tables around the sides, but it looks like it's probably a utility room. You can also see that there's a little hallway to the north that leads around to the basement door, the one that you guys jammed.
Yes. Hmm.
And there's also a door on the south.
I see.
Well, let's see what's on the left door.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes.
Can I check the outside door and make sure it's not locked or jammed?
Yeah, if we need to flee or something from this thing, it'd be nice to have another exit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You check the door. It is locked, but it's not on this side. You can unlock it rather easily.
So I'll unlock it, make sure it
Open.
opens and closes, but then I'll keep it closed so that whatever that thing we saw doesn't run out.
Okay. Yeah, definitely this room seems to be kind of a utility room. There's a closet it's more a cabinet that's got soap and stuff like that. There's a wash tub on the ground. Things that you'd expect to see in a utility room.
Yes. Is there any kind of sharp hose or something like that, or shovels?
No.
Wow. No shovels, really?
Shovels are out in the shed.
Ah. I was gonna say, if Robert or Lenora, if you want to, or even Clifford, if you want to get something more blunter, a shovel would do well.
Well, that means we have to go out to get one. Let's just check what's on the right-hand side.
Very well.
What do you mean the right-hand side? You're on the right-hand side.
Or the left hand. That's what I meant.
Are you going to check down south? Or,
I thought there was another door we didn't check on the right of this room, or was that the tool shed?
well, you can see the tool shed's way out in the backyard.
No, I mean, I'm sorry, in the utility room. Like you said, we're in the utility room, and to the left we see the stairway to the to the outside. But you said there's a door to the right of us in this room.
No, there's a door to the south of you.
Oh, okay. So I'm sorry.
Can you guys can see that, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So we could go into the southeast room first.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're going when you peek through the south door, it's a laundry room. There's a washing machine. There's a wringer tub where you can wring out the clothes. There's even some wires to hang stuff and a table to fold stuff.
Nefarious.
Question. So he has cleaning products in here. Does he have any lye?
I'm not sure that they use lye anymore at this point. Maybe. Definitely the soap has lye in it.
I'll pick some of that up.
Okay.
Are you planning to make homemade explosives, Lenore?
No, but if something rushes at us, I can toss it in their face.
Fair enough.
All right. So you really have more or less run out of this side.
Okay.
There's nothing else.
We're gonna smash open the wall and keep going, damn it! Don't you tell us there's nothing else this side.
All right, let's go to the left room.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
You get to you go back up the couple of stairs to the landing, and then back down the stairs to the left-hand door. And once again, it's not locked. Now this time, when you open the door, what you smell is a mixture of antiseptic and what smells vaguely plant-like, maybe fertilizer of some sort. There are windows around the outside, up high, since we're underground. And there are light switches on the wall. When you flip the lights on, this is obviously the laboratory. It's neat and clean. There are cabinets along the walls and tables. There's tables in the center of the room. There's a large, what looks like a medical lamp. The room's kind of odd because part of the room seems like it's obvious, has something to do with fertilizers. He's got various jars with plant specimens in them. He's got various pieces of wood and plant material on the table that he's doing things to. But there's definitely one side of the room that looks like it's what do I want to say? It's made for medical use. There are 3 large cabinets. There's the medical light. There's a number of small rolling tables with cloths draped over them. And there is, on the south wall, there is what looks like some sort of a large storage container with drawers.
Oh, Gregory would have loved this place.
And there's a door on the south.
Yes.
Yes,
Let's check
he
out
would
the
have
storage.
definitely loved this place.
Yeah.
Let's check out the storage drawers.
Yeah. I look over kind of the books and stuff. Is there any kind of notes written down or anything like more, like the notebooks we saw, like anything else?
I didn't say anything about books.
Oh, I said you said journals or something.
No.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Must have misinterpreted.
There's jars. There's jars of
Oh, okay.
specimens.
Okay. What so like specimens of plants or stuff, or like animals or something?
No, just plants.
Okay.
Things that look like stuff from his garden, and
Okay.
there's things in jars that look like soil types, and but very distinctly these things are on one side.
Yes.
You know.
Uh-huh. Did I look into that? You said there was like a closet or something, or a kind of a cabinet?
Kind of like
Lenora already said she's going to look at the drawers.
Okay, so yeah, I'll kind of look
Okay.
at the drawers with her.
The top couple of drawers have medical instruments, various smaller things, scalpels, sewing. What is this stuff called? Catgut that they use to do sutures, things like that. The next two drawers down are much larger medical instruments, things like rib spreaders and things that are used for larger surgery. Lenora, go ahead and do a spot hidden.
Should I do a spot in 2 or just Lenora?
Just Lenora.
Okay.
I made it.
You made it?
Yeah.
You notice two things. One is the bottom drawer is cold. It's colder than the rest. And there seems to be a draft of air coming from underneath the cabinet.
I'll try to pull the cabinet out a little further and see if there's anything else to be discovered. A latch or something like that.
Do you mean you pull the drawer out, or you open up the drawer, or?
Yeah.
Okay. When you open the drawer has various pieces of human body, human tissues, and it's going to cause you to do a sanity roll. You're going to jump.
I definitely would. Sorry.
Okay. Nothing bloody or gory, but pieces of muscle, pieces of sinew.
And I make it.
And it's refrigerated.
Okay. I made my roll.
You made your roll. Take at least 1 point of damage.
Okay.
And you jump back.
It's like, Lenora, what's wrong?
And she's like, she points, she's got her eyes covered, and she points down, to the bottom drawer.
So
what are the rest of you doing while you're in this room?
I am at the door, but I might go in closer.
Well, you were right there, but Clifford and Francis and Robert, what are you guys doing?
I'm just kind of walking around, not necessarily the more medical part, but like just checking everything out.
Okay. Same with you, Jeff?
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. I'm trying to wrap my head around having plant botany stuff mixed in with surgery stuff.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm kind of like asking Lenore what's wrong, and I'm kind of looking at what she was pointing at.
Okay.
Body parts. Yeah.
Yeah. Good God. He's real. So it's true. So we confirmed it.
Yes, indeed.
That son of a bitch.
Yeah.
While we're down here and we're making such a noise, do we hear anything coming from this last room down by the south?
Do a listen roll.
Alrighty, all of us?
Just Lenora.
Okay.
Well, Lenora and you, Sebastian.
Alright. Let's
Nope.
see. Come on. Pass, 21.
Okay. Sebastian, you think that vaguely you can hear what sounds like an air compressor.
I hear... It sounds like an air compressor. Remember when we heard an air compressor? I hear it. It's faint. Can I hear it where it's coming from faintly?
No, it's somewhere, but it's not close.
It's somewhere, but it's not close.
Is this the same compressor that would be making that lower drawer refrigerator?
Possibly.
Okay.
There is a door on the south, which is the same wall that the refrigeration unit is next to, and the cabinet with the sinew in it, and the rest of you guys are walking around the room. I want everybody to do a listen roll.
Another one, or
Yeah, go ahead.
okay.
I don't make it.
I don't make it either.
No.
I make it really well again, actually. Man, I'm on fire tonight.
Okay.
Give me a
Something-
second here. I roll an 06 and a 35, but I don't know.
All right. Well, all of a sudden, actually, you guys will probably all hear this. Something scratches at that door on the south. It sounds small. It sounds, I don't know how to describe it, clicky. It's making clicking noises, and it's sort of scratching at the door, kind of down low.
Kind of like a cat or a dog would.
Yeah.
Do you think it's that thing we saw earlier? Like I say in a whisper, like, do you think that's the thing we saw earlier?
But how would it get in there?
I don't know. Should we open the door?
Sure, you can.
No, I'm the one with the gun. I'm not supposed to be opening doors. Someone else should open the door so I can shoot the thing if it attacks us.
Well, if you do, someone open the door, I could have my gun aimed too.
Yeah. So how about this? Me and Francis, let's get into position. Let's see. Clifford, why don't you stand by? You open the door, like and cover, and you open the door, and Lenore, you can, and you and Robert
Lenore
can be.
will be all the way back here.
Yes. Okay. Lenore will be back here. Robert, you can be at the ready in case it attacks us, or if need be.
Now,
I don't
just
want to get shot. I don't know how good of a thing you guys have. I don't want to get shot.
I've seen the movies. I know how this works.
Yeah, you have a shotgun. You know how easily that's going to hit me?
Then Robert,
not to mention that we could be dealing with a child here. So if you guys fling open the door and there's two people pointing guns at them, I'm just saying I'm not.
Fair enough. Then why don't we just lower our arms? Just be ready. We'll be standing here ready, and just open the door.
Tom, what was that one? Was that another door on the south wall that was like to a cabinet or something, or a closet?
Yes. The
Okay.
closet.
And we didn't open that yet.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna open up the door?
So I'll risk it. I'll stand by the door and open it slowly.
I'm gonna have my
Okay.
gun ready.
All right.
Don't shoot me, Sebastian.
You open the door. Now, how do you open the door? Do you do it quick? Do you do it slowly?
Does it open in, or would
It
I
opens,
be pulling it
it
towards me?
opens away from you. into
Away
the
from
room.
Yeah, I would do it slowly.
Okay. You get the door open. You're opening it slowly. As you open it, you get it open just about an inch and a half or so. And there's definitely something on the ground right next to the door. And when you move it another inch, it comes out into the room. Now, if I were to describe a possum, but with little dog legs, 6 of them, and big floppy ears like from a dog, that's what comes out, with a long prehensile tail. And the thing that makes it most hideous and horrifying is it's acting like a freaking little puppy, and it's dancing around and wanting you to pick it up. So, sanity roll.
I thankfully passed that.
Yep.
Oh.
I passed.
I
I
did not pass that.
I passed mine.
I
I'll throw
failed
that
big
one.
time.
Okay.
Appropriately.
If you failed, just take 1 point of damage. But in everybody's case, you all jump back because the thing is so freaking hideous. If you've ever seen a possum, first of all they're hideous, but they're big fangy teeth and everything. And this thing wants your attention, so it's kind of dancing towards you, making a whimpering noise. And you guys don't want to get that close to it.
What I will do is I'll back up and I'll pull out one of those limbs from that bottom drawer and start waving it around a little bit to see if it reacts to that.
It doesn't in particularly wave at that. It's so excited to see all of you. It keeps looking around and picking one after the other to go towards.
What the hell is that thing?
I do not know.
Is that a dog?
Is there anything else in that room?
All of a sudden, the door flies open, and this thing comes bounding into the room. It's much larger, about the size of, it comes up to about the size of your knee. It has long black hair, and as it goes past, it snatches up the little puppy thing and and leaps over towards the other end of the room. Now, what this thing looks like, it looks like a woman's head with long black hair. It has one single foot or leg foot that sticks out the bottom, and it has two little arms coming out where its ears would be. Of course, they're grabbing the puppy thing, and it's got its mouth open. It's got little fangs, this woman thing does, and it's hissing at you like that and hiding over in the corner.
I toss one of those limbs.
And you're pretty damn sure that that's the thing that was up in the attic.
It's like,
Oh,
good God.
Do a spot hidden.
Oh, cool.
Everybody or just...
You can all do it.
Okay.
It just sort of decides who notices.
I got 4.
I passed.
So.
26. I'm on fire.
Oh, 4!
Oh,
Okay.
never mind.
I got a 4 too.
You got what? You got a 4 too?
4. Yeah.
Okay. The two of you got the really good rolls. You both simultaneously say the same thing because the woman thing is wearing what looks like a dog collar around its leg, neck, bottom of its head. And it's bright pink, and it's got little sparkly jewels on it, and there's a name written on it that says Lucy. So you together both go, Lucy?
Was that Corbitt's wife's name?
No, her name
No,
is-
Corbitt's wife's name was Lynn.
The hell? What the?
Lucy? I say that like, what the fudge is going on in here?
In America, we say fuck, Frenchie. Anyways. But what the hell? This is like the abominable snow woman from issue 543 of Conan.
No, you can't say that. This is not that game.
Hey, my character's a pulp
all
enthusiast.
right. Yes, okay, he can.
What is Conan?
Kim on the chat said, Lucy, you have some explaining to do.
Yeah.
All right.
The thing seems kind of terrified of you, but it's also petting the puppy thing with its little ear hands.
Does it respond when I toss that limb towards it?
No, it's acting like an animal really does, and that's that it's scared of you, so it's not going to think about food at the moment.
Yeah. So it's kind of cowering away from us in a corner, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, okay, so it's petting, so it's fearful of us. So, I kind of raise my hands and I'm like, All right. Don't panic.
I'm trying not to.
Yeah, I know. I'm not you. And it's like, so, yeah.
Oh.
I'm
Hey,
like, you're. Well, are
I'll
you?
say. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say just like we're not here to hurt you. Uh, so please don't worry. We're not bad people.
It shows absolutely no recognition that it understands a word of what you're saying. It's acting like a scared animal.
hey,
Fuck, we gotta shoot it.
Just wait 1 second.
I'm not. I'm joking.
You can see that it keeps glancing at the door. Probably gonna try to, like any animal would, to try to make a run for it.
I'm gonna call Lucy. Does it happen to respond like there?
Does it even have ears?
No, it has hands for you.
Yeah, it has hands where its ears are. It doesn't respond. It's staying where it is, and it's looking at you warily, the way like a cat would. That's cornered.
What should we do? Should we let it go?
Let it go. Are you mad?
Do you have a better idea?
We could. This will get Mr. Corbitt pissed, but we can try and capture them and then bring it to like the labs.
Somehow I feel that's not the best course of action at the moment.
Hey, I'm giving you my ideas there.
That's not such a bad idea. If we can somehow capture it, take it in a car, and take it to Miss Catonic, that might actually be a smart move.
Does anyone so I kind of like check my pockets. Does anyone have any candy?
It's not responding well to food.
True. Damn it.
Well, was it food that you threw at it, or was it a body part?
It was a body part, which I'm assuming is what it was used. Unless there's something else in that room.
Yes. Maybe some of us can keep an eye on it from escaping while one of us looks in the room.
So Lenore, you're by the door. Maybe you could close the door.
Okay, I'll do that. You're talking about the door to the south, or to this door. Yeah.
The door to the landing. Okay.
Yeah. And
Okay. As Lenore, as you move towards the door to the landing, the thing suddenly makes a break for it, carrying the dog thing with it. Okay, but it's kind of random and haphazard. It leaps towards the door, and then it sees you, and it bounces away, and it lands up on the cabinet, and it knocks over some jars, and it bounces over, and it slips on the floor, and it bangs against the closet in the south end that Jeff was pointing at, and it then tries to scramble back through the door that it came from, which it pretty much manages to get through there. But the door is left swinging open. You can hear it once it's inside. You hear it rustling around boxes and other things. It's obviously trying to hide itself.
Yeah. Jesus. So I kind of go, oh Christ. I kind of look over the closet she knocked over. Does anything fell out or anything?
It didn't knock anything over. It just banged against the door of the closet.
Yeah.
You can say the closet door opens just a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm kind of just I'm like I kind of go over to the closet door and just open it up.
Okay. When you open up the closet door, it's completely empty. There's nothing inside except for one thing: a horrible smell. It smells like feces, vomit.
Oh,
Do a spot hidden.
Alrighty. Come on, my dice is on fire tonight. Come on, let's go.
You?
25. That's a pass.
That's a pass.
Yeah.
All right. It suddenly seems really obvious to you that there is a false back on that closet.
I kind of step back. I'm like, I think there's a false back behind this closet.
Well, what are you waiting for? Let's open it up.
Well,
The rest of you now can smell the smell. It's strong and it's pungent and it's
Yeah.
What are you doing there?
I cover up my nose and I say, "Somebody close this other door."
Yeah, but hold on. What should we do with the dog woman? The
That's
woman.
what I'm saying. Well, what I'm saying here is close that door back.
But we haven't even looked into the room. Maybe there's something in there that can help us explain what's going on.
Let's check out this first. You can always come back to this other room.
Fair enough.
Not only that, but I get the feeling that both her and this dog thing wanted out of this particular room. Whatever's behind this false door might be what they're scared of.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you say there's a false door, I want to open it up.
All right, so I'll open it because I reckon so I've read the pulp novels. I know how this works. So I kind of try to find that gap or that switch that opens the false.
Well, there's not a switch. It's just a panel that would slide over to the side.
Yeah, right. So I look for that.
I'll gently close the door that Lucy's behind.
All right. As you slide the panel open, the smell is worse, far worse. You can see that it's pitch black beyond. You guys, do you have your flashlight?
We should.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you can hear the air compressor. It's much louder because it's obviously under the house, and there's almost a faint mist that's under the house. You can't see very far, but you can see that there's a lot of room underneath the house. It's like a crawl space, although it's a crawl space that's big enough that you could walk into. You think you hear something shuffling around. Are you looking around with your flashlight?
Yes, I guess there's no light in here, no light switch.
No. Okay, there's two parts to a flashlight light beam. There's the center, which is brightly lit, and there's sort of the umbra around that's faintly lit. And as you're moving your flashlight, there's something there in the edge of the light beam, and it's moving towards you, and it's making a shuffling sound, and it then proceeds to step into your flashlight, and as it does,
Yeah, sanity roll.
What the fuck?
this thing, and it begins moving towards the door,
Nope.
and you're all going to hit sanity rolls, and this time, if you fail, I mean, if you get it 1 to 4, if you fail 1 to 8.
Okay. Thankfully,
you are falling back into the room very quickly.
yeah. Okay. Thankfully, I passed that.
I passed.
But I got
Okay, sandy roll.
Yeah.
I lose 2.
I was 3.
Okay. The thing is moving into the room. It's pushing its way through the. Okay.
Well,
you guys are fucking terrified.
Yes.
I don't really care. I'm shooting this thing.
Weapons free. Weapons free.
The thing's little baby arms are wiggling around, and its mouths are opening up, and the thing has got an orifice on the top of it, and this brown shit vomit stuff is coming out, and its little baby feet are walking along, and the whole thing wobbles, and it's mind-shatteringly hideous. And it's moving into the middle of the room.
Give me a sec here. I need.
Did anybody lose more than 4 sanity?
Nope.
No.
3.
Okay.
3.
1.
Right.
I lost 4.
Okay. So everybody made their sanity roll, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tom. No. I know. It's a disappointment.
I'm curious, what would have happened if you missed that?
Then you would have had 1 to 8 damage. And if you'd gone over 5, then you lose control, and I get to decide what happens.
Oh.
I thought it was 10 that you lose control. Or
Nope.
5, right. 5, there's like a minor, and then 10 is like the bigger, right?
Well, I'm doing 7th edition, but yeah, 5,
Whatever.
5, you guys lose control.
Whatever.
Tom, can I willingly give up my sanity? Because I feel like I would have.
No. But
I rolled an 02, but this thing is clearly freaking me out. So.
Well, as it wobbles into the room and its little hands are reaching out for you, and it's crying the way that I. Did you guys hear that? Okay.
Yeah.
You don't need to hear it again.
You can do another sanity roll if you want.
I'll do another D4 just because it was like.
You can see that you've do a sanity roll because
Oh, okay.
I want somebody to go over 5.
Oh man, nope. Pass again. 22.
Oh, okay.
All right. There we are. One sec. I'm just looking up something really quick.
But
Okay.
you guys, that means that you guys are absolutely fucking terrified, but at the same time you're still rational.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys can do whatever the hell you think that you should do in this case.
Okay, so.
Corey said he's going to shoot it.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably shoot it as well. But because I'm in.
Go.
Sorry, I was gonna say just because I'm in the close proximity of the room, I get bonuses to my attack, and I do 46 damage for sawed-off shotguns.
46.
Yeah, it's in the book.
4d6, not 46 damage.
Oh, okay, 4d6.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say 46.
That's what I thought.
Friggin' cannon.
It's a sawed-off shotgun. You know how Jeez.
Yeah, you were going to aim that at me.
Let's see. All right. Well, first, it's almost impossible not to hit it. It's huge. It's easily as tall as you guys are, and it's a little softer so that it just sort of squeezed through the door into the room. So let's see. Corey said that he was going to shoot it first, so let's go ahead and roll Corey's damage. You're going to hit it. There's no way you could miss it.
Okay, I'm using just a regular handgun, so I don't.
Okay.
Give me a second, I'll find that out.
It's not on your character sheet.
No, it's not on. It's not on my character.
I had to double check the rules for shotgunning, so that's why I was like, I was just I was reading the rules, so yeah. But yeah.
Okay, 1d8.
Okay.
What's that? I think you
Should
rolled
A 2.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about the other one. So 2.
Patrick, go ahead and you roll for damage.
All right, so 46 is. Let's see, that's 10, 14 damage. That's first barrel.
Okay. Now, I'm counting down. The thing doesn't seem to react to pain, but you've severely damaged it where you've hit it. You've actually blown off one of the little child legs or feet, arms that's now laying on the ground. There's blood everywhere.
He's been disarmed.
Although the blood, he's got plenty more. The blood isn't red. It's red, but it's a really dark red. And the thing continues to cry, and it doesn't seem to really be reacting to you attacking it. It's not cowering or pulling back. It's just continuing to stand there, wobbling and wiggling its little arms, right underneath where the surgical light is. And so it does nothing this round. What do you, Jeff and Riley and Lenora? What do you guys do?
I will. I mean, I'm freaking out, so I'm going to take the little box of rye that I picked up earlier and toss it at it.
Okay.
It's one weakness.
I don't know. Well, yeah, I don't know how to calculate what lye would do to it, but okay, your lye hits it, and it's a powder, so it gets on it. The effect is nothing at all. I mean, it just looks like there's spots on it now that it's got a white powder on it.
No irritation? Come on, what kind of powder is this?
It wasn't irritated by the bullet shots, so...
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that it wasn't damaged by the bullet shots. It was definitely damaged, severely damaged, but maybe it doesn't have pain receptors.
Hmm.
Clifford?
I mean, I can go up and punch it.
I mean, you don't have to do it. I mean, going up next to it, you might not want to do. You don't have to do anything like that.
See, we offered you a shovel, but no.
Here's an idea, guys. Why don't we slowly back up out of this room, close it up, seal this whole entire room shut, and then burn down the house?
I don't know. I've taken like a good chunk of it. Maybe Francis and me can keep shooting it down till it dies. Oh wait, we're in combat, so we're yelling. We're fucking shoot this thing until it's dead.
Robert?
I'm starting to feel sympathy for Lucy, but I don't know what to do about it.
Oh god, Robert's gone to the dark side. We need to kill him too.
Okay, I think that it's warranted that the thing now is starting to move towards. Let's see. It's actually starting to move towards Francis, and its little arms are. Oh, I forget I have the picture up.
Yeah.
Its little arms are like reaching out like this at you, Francis. So I think that you should.
I'm backing up.
Francis, you should at least do another sanity roll. Actually, why don't you all do another sanity roll? But you're not gonna. If you fail, you're just gonna do 1 to 4.
Kim, the message board on the message board. Kim says to let everything out.
What's that?
I was just gonna. Kim says that is awesome.
All right, so.
Give me a second here. I don't know what's going on with that.
It takes. Oh,
sanity. I'm sorry. Roll. Yeah, I'm good.
I don't know what's going on with my dice stream.
There you go. You got a 69.
What's going on with this? Can someone roll for me while I figure this thing out?
Actually, it just came up 69 for you.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I should be good then.
Okay. Anyways, now it's your round. You can go ahead and do what you want again, Francis.
Well, I want to shoot it. So.
Okay. Go ahead and shoot it again.
Okay.
Go ahead and just roll for damage.
Yeah, just I don't know what's going on. My dice stream's is freezing, so.
Well,
If-
just give it a sec, you know. Let's see if it. Anything?
It's gonna pop up right. Give me a second here. Mine should pop up right away.
How big was Lucy? Could I fit her under my arm?
Yeah, you probably could. She'd be about, the top of her head would be about, I don't know, 3 feet off the ground.
Damage.
All right. All right. And Sebastian.
Next barrel. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Rolling. Let's see. That is 7. That is 10. 10 flat.
Okay. This time you've severely injured it. You've blown a hole in the side of it. Its internal organs are spilling out onto the ground.
Oh.
There's the smell of feces and vomit. Everybody do another spot hidden. I mean, another sanity roll. In this blood, gore, and horror nightmarish.
Ha, I just make it too.
Yeah, I just made it.
And it's now gasping. It's bleh, bleh, meow.
So I
Give
did,
me this.
I'm sorry, Clifford?
I did not make it.
Okay, do a 1 to 4.
Okay.
I make mine.
4, 1, 2.
Coincidentally, my dog wants to come in.
Okay. The thing now flops on the floor and it starts kicking, and it's trying to right itself, but it can't. And its body parts are a few of its legs have ripped loose, and they're lying. Once they rip loose, they just lie lifeless on the ground. It's bleeding. The ground is getting covered in goo. Its internal organs, intestines, and lungs or whatever else it's got are exposed, but it's still not doing anything other than just wobbling and moaning and
I toss some
making
more lye
strange
on it.
noises.
I tossed some more lye on the exposed.
But you threw your whole box at it, didn't you?
Well, yeah.
So I kind of reload my shotgun. Or wait, are we still in initiative or turning?
Yeah, no, I assume that you guys are gonna coup de grace. You're gonna shoot it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I'm like, I need a reload because I fired 2 barrels, so now I got to reload. You know.
That's fine. Nothing's gonna happen between now and then.
All right, and I'm just making sure because again, I don't know if we're still in combat, and reloading takes a turn. So.
I understand, but there's nothing. The thing hasn't made any moves towards you anyway. So.
Oh, okay.
And Francis, how about you?
Well, then what? I'm gonna stand back and I'm like, holy mother, freaking shit! Was that?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've reloaded.
Yeah. So I point the gun. You know, I kind of pull back both barrels this time.
Okay.
For double damage, and basically go, rockabye the baby, and then shoot it.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yes. If anyone has any better one-liners, give it to me now.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Yes. 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 So, put it. No one puts baby in the corner. Boom. So that's let's see. Okay, so that's 8d6. That's 6. That's oh crap. I got a lot of numbers. Okay, so that's 9, 10. Hold on. 6. Sorry, that's 7, 10, 16. Hold on. 24. Or sorry, 22 and
That's
24.
Fine. That's fine. All right. This time you unload into it, and the thing splatters all over the back wall and all across the floor. And in that last that last gasping moment, in the center of all of this, there looks like there is a blue organ of some sort. It's round and it's almost glowing with a kind of a blue light, and you've damaged it when you've hit it with that blast, and the thing for just a moment starts to swell up, and then it explodes. And when it explodes, you guys are hit with all sorts of effluence and crap and shit. And
Damn it!
The smell is incredibly overpowering. You all need to do Constitution rolls. If you fail your Constitution rolls, you're just going to vomit all over everything. You're also going to have to do Sanity rolls.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Okay, I make my Constitution.
I made my
Oh,
Constitution as well.
O2 for con.
So you just stand there dripping with goo.
I do not make my Sanity roll.
No, it just kind of goes, it all messes me. I go,
Okay.
hasta la vista,
I don't know.
baby.
I rolled a 60 and my Constitution is... Just give me a second here.
It's 50. We can see it on the screen.
So...
Okay, so you vomit. And it's all French vomit. So.
Yes. Not like American vomit, which is a slightly different tone.
Robert?
I actually passed both, but I'm going to say that because I saw Frenchie vomit, I'm going to vomit.
Okay.
And I passed my SAN.
Okay. Patrick?
I passed. I got O2.
Okay. And how about your sanity?
Oh, I didn't roll for my sanity. I'm sorry. I thought it was like if you failed or count. Oh, I passed that.
Okay.
And I passed both.
Clifford, you passed both, right? Wayne, okay.
Yeah.
I passed Constitution, but I did not pass Sanity.
Okay, on sanity, I want you to do 1 to 8.
Okay. 3.
Damn it. All right.
I think I
All right.
plus enough damage or sanity to like lose.
I'd also like you all to do a dexterity roll.
Okay.
Okay.
Could count all these sanity checks together, Tom, if you want.
Dex times what? Or sorry, it's
Just against your dexterity.
yeah.
So I passed my dexterity test.
Yeah.
Yes.
30. Yeah, that's a pass.
I
Okay.
failed.
I failed as well.
Okay, so those of you who failed, not only did you have whatever reaction you had, but you also get knocked flat on the ground by the blast of this thing. Okay.
Oh, good God.
And now tell me what the fuck you guys are going to do. You guys are covered in... You guys are also shattered in your minds. Even though you've kept your wits at this moment, over the course of the next week, you guys are going to have nightmares like you've never had before. You're going to wake up screaming. If you lost ultimately more than 12 points altogether, then I'd say that you're probably going to need psychological help.
I lost exactly 12 sanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I kind of back up to the wall. I'm like, good God. Good God, that thing.
So, what do you do now?
I think we should write Mr. Corbitt a nice little note saying, "Dear Mr. Corbitt, do not try to bring interdimensional beings from other planes. Thank you. You're caring neighbors."
Sorry for the mess.
Is take a shower a valid option?
No, hold on. I'm like, we need to burn this place. We need to burn this place to the goddamn ground. And we gotta kill Corbitt. That monstrosity. That woman. What he's been doing. We murder him in cold blood because that...
Whoa! Don't you dare try and... Why would you want to murder your neighbor? Yeah, he's done some bad stuff, but why would you want to murder him?
Are you frickin' kidding me? You really think that he's our good, friendly neighbor? Look
You
what the
know,
hell! Look at the hell!
I did not say he was a good neighbor. I just said he was our neighbor. Why would you want to kill a neighbor like that?
Gentlemen, please. There's a very simple solution to this. Phone the police, have them come over, and take a look at this entire place, including Lucy, and tell them this is what Mr. Corbitt has been up to. We've already reported that he's been taking body parts. We've got the evidence down here. And we can show them what he's been up to.
I kind of like Lucy, actually.
Yes, I'm sure in France she's considered quite hot.
Everybody likes Lucy.
It's because you named her.
Jesus Christ. Fuck. Think they'll believe us? What the fuck? Like, is the corpse still here? Like, is the corpse dissolved away or something, or is it still all there?
That is a very good question. It is. There are parts of it that seem to have turned kind of white and they are fading out, but most of it are body parts, and they're lying there, dead body parts. Little kid legs and arms.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Well, again, what we do is we phone the police. The police will be out here waiting for Mr. Corbitt, and they'll arrest him. And he'll go to prison for a very, very long time. No,
All right.
No need to murder anybody.
All right. Let's say we end the game at that point, but not actually end it. What we're going to do is let's talk epilogue to the story. Let's assume that you contact the police, okay? And the police show up, and of course there are questions as to what you were doing in the house. But when they see what you found, there is all sorts of commotion. You guys are taken away into a neighbor. You're taken over to Robert's house, where you are sequestered and questioned. Neighbors from other blocks want to know what all of the commotion is, and they're gathering around. You know, the police have gone in, detectives have gone in, and eventually you guys wander back outside, and there's like crowds of people that want to know what was going on in this neighborhood where nothing ever happens. And one thing that I go ahead and do a spot hidden.
All right.
Everybody?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a
Whoa.
nice one, 20.
I got 11.
Okay.
I made it.
I made it as well.
Okay.
I fail.
What happens as you're there, you notice that there are a number of professors from the university that have shown up. You recognize from the library, you recognize the library head, Dr. Henry Armitage. He's there, and he's talking to another older gentleman. You're not exactly sure who it is. Maybe you've heard of him. Maybe you've seen his picture in the paper. You think that it's Professor Edwin Hewitt,
Yeah.
from the Arcane Society.
Interesting.
And you can hear them. You can overhear them chatting just a little bit, and Armitage says to Hewitt, he says, "That was close. It almost succeeded in creating a bridge. We're going to have to keep our eyes open."
I kind of, so I kind of go like, Armitage, kind of wave to him.
He's not close enough to, and he's too engaged to pay any attention. But Well, I don't want a question and answer period. It's just something that you overhear at the time.
Yeah.
Around 1 o'clock, Bernard Corbitt comes home. Well, I'll wait for Patrick. Sebastian Patrick. All this multiple names. I waited for you for just a second.
Sorry, my dog wanted to go outside.
Around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Corbitt shows up. He pulls up in his car, and he stops his car in the street and jumps out and comes running out. My God, what's wrong? What's happened? And the police immediately arrest him, and he's taken away. You find out later that he's placed in a mental institution, Arkham Asylum, and you don't know if that's where he spends the rest of his days, but you do know that after a number of years of therapy, he realizes some of the horrors that he actually took part in, and he feels regret for whatever happened. He wasn't entirely in control. And one last thing. Francis.
Yeah.
The next day, although you'd gone through all of that horror and everything, you really wanted a souvenir.
Okay.
And you thought, I'm going to get that fucking statue out of the greenhouse. You liked it. You want it. Okay.
Okay.
You, using your abilities, you broke into the greenhouse, and you went to get the statue, and what you discovered was that it was cemented down to the pedestal. So you quickly found yourself a cat's paw or a crowbar, and you decided that you'd pry it off. And as you were prying it off, you suddenly noticed that all of the purple flowers had once again moved, and they were quite close to you. You could smell the vanilla and the floral smell, and all of a sudden there was a little poof from the flowers, and kind of a golden pollen rained down all over you. And at first you thought, what the hell is that all about? And then you started to notice that your lips were tingling, and your nostrils and your throat was becoming irritated very quickly, and your eyes started to burn. And you set down the little golden idol, and you stepped back, and as you stepped back, your eyes really start burning, and your tongue, and you suddenly look at your hands, and the skin on the back of your hands is turning black and beginning to crack, and you start gasping for air as your lungs are burning inside you, and you fall to your knees, and very quickly, within the space of a couple of minutes, you are completely gooified. Your body melts, it dissolves into a black goo, and trails off into the dirt, and feeds the plant. And that's nobody knows whatever happened to poor old Francis. And then somebody decides to burn the damn greenhouse to the ground to get rid of all these strange plants, and that's the end of that. Actually, no, they're probably collected by somebody from the Miskatonic University, and that's really the end of our story. Any questions?
Yes. Sebastian puts on a trench coat and says, I need to talk to our village. And and the camera scrolls off.
All right. Well, I was so hoping that that Francis would stay close to that plant just a little while longer when you guys originally went in there. Corbett actually obtained the plant from another planet. In his he had created a drug. He learned a little bit of a recap. So what happened was, while 14 years ago, Corbett's father was traveling in India, and he had become very interested in the occult, and he had discovered a sect of Hindu monks, the ascetics, that had a drug that they had created from local plants, and it allowed them to commune with Rama Sekva. Rama Sekva told Corbett's father that he needed Corbett's son to come and join them. Of course, Rama Sekva is actually an avatar of Yog-Sothoth, who is the all-in-one, one-and-all, the past, present, and the future. So Yog-Sothoth knew what he was doing. Yog-Sothoth is also the devourer of worlds. He consumes entire worlds, and he doesn't really care which world. So he's just always on that. He's always looking for a way in.
He's Galactus.
Right. He's kind of Galactus, except Galactus cares more about where he's going. In this case, Yog-Sothoth just eats whatever's in the way. So Yog-Sothoth wants to create a bridge. So what he does is he gets Bernard there. He then doesn't need Bernard's father anymore, so he consumes him. And then he gets, well, you know the story, then he gets Bernard to get his wife pregnant via Yog-Sothoth and attempts to create a bridge. Now, had the child, the Man-Bagari, lived another couple of months, it would have been impossible to kill. No weapon on earth could have killed it. It would have grown beyond this. It would have smashed out the house. It would have gone through the neighborhood killing and eating whatever it could. And cult members, wherever they were, if they said the right rituals, they could get it to multiply. And if it multiplied, it would consume everything on the earth, thus making a bridge so that Yog-Sothoth could come and finish off the job. Fortunately, you got it when it was still a baby, so
Yes.
you were able to kill it.
Does that make us baby killers?
Kinda, yeah.
Mm.
Lucy and her pet opossum thing were probably taken to the Miskatonic University and studied. Mr. Corbitt had developed an amazing ability to do surgery. He had started 10 years ago doing experiments, and he needed Tomaszowski to get him animal parts at that time. That's what he was experimenting on back then. And Lucy and his possum thing, they were kind of some of his experiments. Now, most of his experiments either didn't live or they just weren't worth keeping around. Those two sort of amused him, so he kept them around. The rest of them, he chopped up and buried them in his garden, and that's why his vegetables are so delicious. If any of you had ever gone digging in his garden, you would have found bones and body parts and all sorts of things out in the garden.
Yeah, that was the reason why we were trying to take soil samples and things like that to see if we're in this sort of.
You got nice, rich soil. Some of the plants in the greenhouse were designed for creating this drug, which he was creating. He was the same drug that he was giving Tomaszowski in sort of a watered-down form. It caused Tomaszowski to hallucinate, which is really all that Corbitt wanted him to do. When he gave it to Dr. Hall, he basically gave him a highly concentrated full dose, and it transferred his soul to another planet, basically a planet somewhere orbiting Foucault, the triple star.
Really? Wow.
and Corbitt knew where he went. Corbitt had learned over the years to control where he ended up. So when he saw, actually, it's interesting because his original intention wasn't to kill Corbitt. I mean, it wasn't to kill Dr. Hall. He figured that the experience would drive him mad and that they'd just lock him up somewhere. But when he saw that he'd actually landed on that particular planet, he knew that it was crawling with those spider things, and he was like, well, so sorry, you're not going to make it. We saw what happened.
Yeah. So was Rama Sekfa controlling Corbitt when he killed Hall, or was he himself kill Hall?
It was a yes and no. Corbitt was always there, but he was sometimes kind of in a trance-like state. When he was getting the body parts from the dump, that's where they were being put. I think you guys figured that out. He was in a trance. When he came home that day carrying the body parts, he was kind of in a trance. When he dealt with Tomaszowski, he wasn't altogether there. And definitely when he killed Gregory, he wasn't there. He had memory lapses. Things blocked themselves out of his mind because ultimately he really was kind of a nice guy.
Yeah.
And not worth burning his house down. Actually, if you burned his house down, you'd have been in trouble because you'd have had no evidence to prove.
Yeah. But one thing I've noticed is that, like, with the child room, I think he was very disappointed that he didn't have a son or the life he wanted. Is that correct?
He was. And he loved his wife. He didn't want her to die.
Yeah. So did he ever hold a grudge against Yaxifov, or, was that ever kind of like a thing for him?
Religious people always convince themselves that it happened for a reason and that God's always the good guy. So, nope.
Fair enough.
He followed Roma's side. Later on, I mean, like I say, as he spent his time now in the mental institution, he's begun to realize that he may have been incredibly duped by something. Now, the little bit that I added there at the end, and I just wanted to add it with Corbitt, with Henry Armitage, and of course I wanted to tie in a little bit to the Arcane Society.
Yeah.
If you read the book, and I highly recommend it if you haven't, The Dunwich Horror by Lovecraft.
Of course.
That's 1928. So that happens, 5 years from now in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, there's another attempt by Yog-Sothoth to break into our world. So that's Mister Corbitt, and it's turned out you guys have been absolutely amazing players in this game. You made it into far more than it originally was written. It's a basic game. It's in the manual.
Yes.
This is one of the games that they put at the end of the book to say here's a real simple game to play for.
Yep.
They have half the time they expect that you're just going to go to his house, break in, and see what's there.
Yeah.
Boy, you guys came really close. And you know what? I'm the kind of player, I believe that I can't stop you. So it was just pure luck that lockpick broke off.
Yeah. So now we're supposed to live in the neighborhood, looking at Corbitt's house and looking at the pit of disgusting misery that was there.
Well, your characters would spend a lot of time wide awake in bed, crying and screaming, and probably you all seek some professional help, and all they try to do is convince you that it was just your imagination.
Of course.
You're sure that it wasn't your imagination.
Yeah. Lenore and her husband got off to Scotland.
I'd say you all easily gained 1 to 10 Cthulhu Mythos points at the end there. So you guys are all a little cracked and insane. Doubtless your lives were changed forever.
Yeah.
You never.
I think the following day I would have definitely got rid of my occult book collection.
Yeah. Sebastian became a sex addict.
That's always a weird one. Of course, nobody knows what happened to poor Francis.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that strange
man. Maybe he just up and left and went back to France.
Just so I know, what date? Like, what was the official day did this story end? Like, what day of June did it end? Or
Oh, I don't know. I didn't keep track. This was.
It's
Was
probably
this,
like right before 4th of July, like
Yeah.
either the last weekend. I
well,
think it would have been
this
a
was
Friday.
Thursday, or it was a Friday. That's
I
right.
think it was Friday would have been the next day where we got into that house.
Tom, quick question. Do we miss anything playing? That's one thing that I think is the only thing left to really go out from. Anything we missed? Any facts we could have looked into, or anything
You
we
know, you
figured?
guys were so pleasingly thorough in everything that you did. Um, you actually went in some directions that I had to make up some material to fill in. But that was wonderful. That was wonderful because it fleshed out the story. Um, no, I think that you pretty much got everything.
Nice.
Was there a finish that we overlooked, like other than killing it, like letting it go, or?
Oddly enough, the actual scenario says it gives certain contingencies. It's like, what if they decide to take care of the thing? And I'm like, really? Okay. And it's
Yes.
like, yeah, and of course the answer is that after a month or so, it gets so big and it stops being all it says that it's doing in this case is when it comes out of the room, what happens when it sees the light, it's normally sequestered in that dark cubbyhole. When it sees Corbitt open up the door, it assumes that it's time to add more body parts. So it just comes out and stands in the middle of the room and lets Corbitt add whatever it needs. He then might feed it by. It's disgusting. He puts the stuff on the floor. It's got a mouth on the bottom, and it gobbles up food by sort of squatting on it. But then its poop chute is on the top, so it's constantly being covered by
Disgusting.
nastiness. I know,
So,
it's just disgusting.
so since our characters kill this thing, did that mean we piss off Yaxfoff?
You know, here's the thing. He doesn't give a shit. He's indifferent. Ultimately, he tries to do these things, but he's indifferent. It even says that Corbitt actually has some magical abilities. He could have, cast like a withering spell on you, but he didn't want to because he doesn't want to hurt people. He also has summon Ramasekva, but it says that the scenario says that Ramasekva might not come because he wants Corbitt to deal with this, and he doesn't want to have anything to. He's indifferent, He's not sinister. He's just sort of a force of nature, which is usually what the gods are like.
No, I get it. I'm just curious if it was like, again, I'm not surprised. I was just curious if there was any kind of fallout that just in case.
Well, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Except, of course, in a few years now, Wilbur Whately is going to attempt.
Yes.
And his brother.
Yes.
Attempt. The one that survived.
Yes. Except Sebastian goes through extreme, military training and gets a buff, and then ends up getting hired by Armitage.
Of course, by the time that thing breaks out, there's nothing that you can do except that Armitage knows. By then, he's got some magical spells under his belt that he can transfer it into the other universe. But it turned out really well. I'm trying to think if there's anything that you guys missed. Oh, something about the detective I wanted to say. That was a part that sort of got added in because people don't always go to the police. The way I saw it is you had a dead body. You had Gregory Hall dead in his house. When the detective was called out, along with the police, all they were really interested in was, did he die of natural causes? And then he has all of these neighbors that come at him, blasting all of these crazy stories left and right. So the detective was of the opinion, oh, geez, these people are the same everywhere. They just make this shit up, and they just want attention. That's all they want is just attention. So he more or less just disregarded everything else. He's like, all right, we can see Gregory's dead. He's dead from a heart attack. Case closed. We're done.
I was actually I was actually thinking because my character kind of lied, supposedly under duress, that I thought when he went to Corbitt, I thought he was giving Corbitt information. And Corbitt was using mind control or something.
Yep. No. Corbitt was just like Corbitt was confused because he didn't know Gregory was dead, and he really didn't. You know, probably if you hypnotized him and you found out that he would know everything, but he was blocking that stuff out. He was blocking all the bad stuff out.
Of course.
And that's what made him an interesting character.
No, he is very interesting.
It would have been interesting too had he returned home while you guys, or shortly thereafter. I was going to have the whole dramatic running out of the car. No, what have you done? You know, but
yeah.
And then he'd break down, and then maybe you guys would help him into the loony bin house, and
yeah, or just kill him in cold blood there.
Well, no, that would have been bad. Then you would have been locked up.
Mm.
You would have been imprisoned.
Yeah, exactly. That's the reason why we don't go around murdering people.
Just like if you'd have burned down his house, then all they would know is that you guys were arsonists who burned down a man's house, and they wouldn't believe anything about, you know.
Yeah.
Or
yeah, but I gotta kick that. You know, I gotta kick that. What's the monster? Did the monster have a name?
Manbagari. That's all.
Okay, sure. So sure, you know.
I thought as a GM, I'm like, oh my God, would Corbitt come running out and he's like, Bobby, oh my God, you killed Bobby, and I'd be like, oh, that sounds stupid.
Yeah. yeah.
I couldn't find the name, so I just thought.
Yeah. Well, I basically shot at a new one.
Was it a man? Was it a male or a female? It was just sort of a thing.
Yeah. No, it was a pretty good campaign. I really enjoyed it. It was fun playing. It was fun playing just playing a normal neighbor kind of person.
That's the kind that are a lot of fun because it's far more involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I may actually bring Lenora into another campaign whenever you guys decide to roll another game.
Yeah, sure. I wouldn't mind bringing back Sebastian. Maybe this is the thing that gets him more obsessed with it.
I would have liked to bring back Francis, but...
But realize you guys are all incredibly damaged now, so you'd have to be damaged characters that already know too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
You couldn't just be innocents.
Hey, sure, but
if you write a campaign that'll work for that, then you know.
But still, you know, you never know. It's the slow descent into madness.
Yeah.
This was kind of quick trip.
I mean, that would be a really good homebrew game.
If the person if somebody is listening, the picture of the Manbagari that I found it on the internet, and I was like so pleased that I didn't have to create this painting. And it's beautiful. So I don't know who you are, but all credit to you for creating such a hideous, monstrous picture. Just nasty looking. I thought about creating Lucy, and I said, you know, it's so crazy. How am I going to do Lucy?
Sometimes it's better not to see pictures.
Yeah, sometimes it's better not to.
Yeah.
Again, sometimes you can't. I mean, if I'm doing my homebrew Australia one, I don't have pictures for everything, you know?
No, you don't. You can leave it up to people's imagination. I'll tell you something funny. The last time I actually ran this campaign, when that thing came out of the closet, I had one character just started shooting wildly his gun. He had what I call the red mist. He got like 8 points of sanity damage, and he just started shooting at everything that moved. The other guy opened up the door and ran for his life. And he says he ran across the street back to his house. He packed up his stuff, got in his car, and he drove to California. And he just like never stopped going. And I'm like, you mean you walked out and you left the door open? And I'm like, oh my God. Because of course it got out.
Yeah, but wouldn't the police find it and shoot it down or something?
Not quickly enough. It would get out and start eating whatever it found, and it would hide in the shadows. And eventually, you know, there's lots of woodland places in Massachusetts that it could hide.
No, that is true.
And
that might be a good part two. You
well,
know,
I told him one of two things would happen: either the world would end, it would eventually succeed in consuming everything, it and its progeny, or the Men in Black would somehow intervene and show up and
Delta Green.
Because there are organizations out there even more secretive than our arcane society.
Of course. I mean, I
That
think
would
Delta
take care
Green
of.
isn't Delta Green fully established at this point?
In the 20s, I don't think so. I think it's in the.
I remember it was very covert, but that's my. I've been reading up on it, so I don't know.
I think it starts. I think it starts in the 50s, and then it starts somewhere in there. In the 60s, it goes underground.
No, it goes underground in the 60s, but it's been around for since the 20s.
Maybe it has. I haven't read up on it. Anyway,
yeah.
Let's go ahead. We're almost at 11. Let's go ahead and end it there. Thank you all for such a wonderful game.
Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, you're welcome. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thanks to all of our viewers for watching, and we hope you enjoyed our game session. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you liked our show, please give us a thumbs up. Let's see. Next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will begin a new scenario, The Dig, with Corey Heistad as our GM. It's about a number of Miskatonic University students digging up trouble at an archaeological excavation site. Sounds like fun.
Yep.
Until next time, always remember, if there's no light left to guide your path, your only choice is to venture into the darkness. Good night and good gaming.